Oh my gosh! I completely forgot about them. Take that back. Take it back. Just cut it.
Welcome to Sun Sport. We're joined here with a very special guest ahead of AEW's huge show, All In, at Wembley Stadium. We're joined by AEW star Saraya. Saraya, thanks for being here. How are you doing?
Yeah, really, really good. Busy. Got here earlier. But it feels good to be home. It feels so amazing. It's something about the British air that gets me going, you know?
Yeah, it's not necessarily always the cleanest, but it's like, it's that home feeling that you step off the plane.
Yeah, it feels really nice. And like, even though it's raining right now, yesterday the weather was like perfect. And I loved it.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be the same Sunday for All In at Wembley Stadium.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so, because there is no roof on that thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've noticed the canopy above as well, just in case. You guys will be dry, but the fans are going to get a bit of rain.
Well, British people are used to it, aren't they? So,
yeah. I was going to say, we spoke a bit before we started recording. Obviously, you got in last night, took a picture outside Wembley Stadium. Is that the moment it all sort of like sinks in for you, like, this is happening?
Yeah, I think just looking at it from the outside is very bizarre, but like actually being able to go inside eventually, it's going to be, it's really going to hit home.
That's going to be the wow moment.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge.
It's going to be incredible.
For sure. And like, take me back to April 2018. Obviously, you retired. You had to retire, and now you're back. But if someone had said to you back in 2018 that 5 years on from that injury where you thought you'd never wrestle again, that you would be wrestling again, and you'd be wrestling at Wembley Stadium in front of the biggest ticketed event that wrestling's ever seen, what would you have said in that moment?
Can I swear or not?
Prefer not, but if you don't have
then I would
choice.
insert cuss word here, because I never thought I'd ever wrestle again. Ever. Like, they told me I would never wrestle again. Or at least not until I was in my late 40s, where my neck was going to be fine. So when I actually got the news that my neck had this miraculous recovery, it was just, I was already blown away. And then to eventually, 6 or 7 months down the line being like, and by the way, we're going to do this thing at Wembley Stadium. I'm like, what the heck? It's incredible. It's definitely a wild ride that I've been on. And I'm very fortunate and lucky with this journey, and I'm just happy that I'm healthy and ready to go.
Yeah. And as someone yourself who's grown up in the British scene and seen it evolve, I mean, like, you know how ravenous British fans are for wrestling. But I imagine for yourself and maybe even a few others backstage at AEW, you must be almost a bit in shock at how many tickets have been sold for this event. Like,
you know what I said though from the very beginning? I said that Wembley is going to sell out. I said that because British people know how to friggin' party. They know how to turn up, and it's not just British people that's coming over. We're talking about people from obviously Europe, and then you've got people from America, all these different countries. It's like AEW's WrestleMania. It's their first ever massive event like this. And so I feel like, everyone around the world was going to turn up for this thing. And I was one of the first people that said they're going to do really, really well.
You said it first.
I did.
That's it. Called it.
I did.
And you nailed it. I mean, like.
I did. And no one believed me. They were just like, you'll be lucky if it's half full. And I was just like, shut your mouths.
Yeah, proved everyone wrong. No, but we talk about all this stuff like WrestleMania weekend, and like that's how it feels, because we've got, like we spoke off camera, like there's loads of indie shows running, there's like fan fests and stuff like that. Like, it's huge. It really feels like a milestone moment for British wrestling.
Oh, 100%. And I told you before we started recording that I was going to go see my nephew at Rev Pro. He's facing Zack Sabre Jr. at the Copper Box, I believe it's called. Yeah. And the fact that it's done 3,000 people, like, I mean, wrestling is at its all-time high. For an independent company to get that many people in, wrestling's in a good place right now.
But yeah, we were talking obviously about the huge event. You're wrestling, obviously, four-way match for the women's title with Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, Toni Storm as well. Tony's
on my side.
Exactly. I was going to say, do you guys have a game plan going into that?
I mean, we're going in there with full support of each other. I'm going to have her back 100% of the way. I mean, she's going through a little bit of a stage right now where she feels, a little sad that she lost the championship. Yeah. And of course, like, as a good friend, I'm there to support her in that. And I will do, again, nothing but support her.
But no, I'm sure. But then, if you got the chance at the title, you can't pass that up,
Oh, I mean, I feel like she wouldn't be mad if I took the championship. But also, like, I really want her to have it too.
Yeah, of course. I was going to say, like, will everything be all good in that regard? Following the match, whoever wins out of you, because obviously it's going to be one of you two, right? Obviously it's going to be you or Tony. So
I don't know that though. You don't know that. It could be. Shida could retain. It could be Britt Baker with a surprise. I hope it's going to be me or Tony. But if one of us do take the championship, of course, we would be fully supporting each other afterwards. There would be no ill will.
Of course. And for you, and especially I'd say you and Tony, like, you know, outcasts aside, it's the fact that I think especially for you and Tony, who have meant so much to the British scene, especially indie-wise as well, like, that's going to be a special moment for you guys, isn't it, coming back to London for this event?
Well, Tony doesn't want to be here.
No, she's made that very clear, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's not a big fan of coming back to the UK.
No.
Which I was like, you know what, as much as, you know, we do with bad guys, I cannot help but feel love for my country. And whether they cheer me or boo me, I'm just happy to be here. But yeah, Tony is a little upset that she has to come back here. And, you know, I'm just there to comfort her every step of the way. So hopefully she puts a little smile on her face once she gets here.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah.
I'm sure she will.
I mean, as soon as she sees Wembley Stadium, she's going to be
You're gonna,
very
right?
happy. You can't help but smile.
Exactly. With that
Like,
crowd,
yeah,
it's going
exactly.
to be...
Like, what the heck are we doing here? It's crazy.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. And obviously, speaking of which, like, you know, we talked about your injury and coming back and having this moment for yourself. And you've had, like, some huge milestones in your career. We mentioned as well, like, off camera, you're the first Eve champion. And you're the first NXT Women's champion. You've held the Divas title as well. Like, how would this moment compare if you were the one to win that match, to be holding the AEW Women's title at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 British fans? Like, how would that feel? How would that rank in your career as a milestone?
That would be in my top 5 as well, because, I mean, this is very stressful for me, but also I just never thought I'd ever be here again. So after 5 years, getting the opportunity to come back and go into a match where I could potentially win a championship, and then on my home turf, and then in the biggest stage you can get in the UK, I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Again, I keep on saying over and over again, I should not have been in this position, ever. Like, I was told I would never wrestle again, so having this opportunity, I mean, it's incredible, and it just means the absolute world to me, and it's definitely up there, 100%.
I was going to say, coming back, obviously you had that incredible debut on AEW. The crowd went mad for it. Was it at that moment, or was it either before or after that moment where it hit home and you were like, right, I'm back in this, like, this is where I'm meant to be?
Yeah, so the first initial reaction was like a very good reaction for people, but then I kind of like didn't do as well in the promo the next week because I was just so full of nerves. I was just like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing or saying, because at that point I didn't know what I was going to be doing within AEW. So I'm like, you want to know why I'm here? And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, but I'm just really happy to be here, you know. But it wasn't a very good promo, and people just went off on me and went crazy. And I remember thinking, like, what have I done? Why did I come back? And I was just like, I second guessed absolutely everything. And then I realized that social media isn't real, and it's only 1% of the fan base. And I'm just like, who cares? I'm having a great time. Again, I got told I couldn't wrestle again, and I didn't know what I was going to do after WWE. And here I am in AEW, in a very successful company, and, you know, and getting treated so fantastically by, you know, the boss and talent relations and everyone behind the scenes. I mean, I can't really be sad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all going great.
Yeah, it's all going fantastic.
But you mentioned social media, and the final thing I want to get into before we have a little, like, few quick fire questions is this sort of like almost like tribalism in wrestling between fans? Obviously, you've someone who's been on both sides, been in WWE, been in AEW now, and like there are a lot of fans on social media who are like very, you know, against a wrestler, like who moves over, and vice versa as well. It's not
brutal.
just
They're mean.
Like, what do you make of that? Because it seems a little bizarre. Like, it seems a bit bizarre to like turn your back on a wrestler you've liked for so long.
I'm like,
just 'cause
touch
they're
grass,
somewhere else.
dude. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Because what people don't realize is that behind the scenes, wrestlers in both companies, that doesn't happen. Like, we're not tribalistic like that. We're all very happy for each other. We're happy for the wrestling business as a whole. We're happy that if you don't make it in a certain company, there is another company. There's options. And so everyone's genuinely happy for each other. It's only the internet fans where we are talking about you guys backstage that you are absolutely nuts and to go touch grass, because it's like, there's fans in the world that are really supportive of the wrestling and are happy of where the wrestling business is right now, and are genuinely happy for you to be in another company. And then you get the Twitter fan base who are psycho. Like, we don't appreciate any of you guys in that way. If you're going to be like mean to us just for, you know, taking another job opportunity, that's pretty bizarre. That's
Yeah.
pretty bizarre behavior. Like, go touch grass. You're insane.
No, well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Well, after that, we'll pick it back up with some quick fire questions
let's
to end the show.
go.
We'll end it with
Let's
some
go. Don't
fun.
make me start with these Twitter. Let's start
We could
swinging.
go on for an hour about
Yeah,
that.
we could. That's psycho.
It's 10 quick fire questions to sort of like almost put you on the spot. Not too bad though. Don't worry, it's all fine. It's all fine. And whatever first comes to mind when I read these questions, you let me know.
Okay.
So the first one is, what is your favourite post-pinfall feast?
Post-pinfall feast. Ooh, pizza.
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 And this is controversial, right, isn't it?
Oh, I started a whole freaking debate.
You like mayonnaise on your pizza?
I do. I like to dip it in the mayonnaise. And I feel like it's a British thing or a Commonwealth thing because Americans think it's disgusting.
I would say it's a bit of a weird one for me. Like I like the garlic dips and stuff you get.
Try it.
Like not even like garlic mayo, just straight mayo.
Straight mayo.
That's bizarre to me.
I know. Even my boyfriend's like, "You are sick."
That's weird.
So
No,
delicious.
I can't do that. I can't do that. But respect it. Like,
Yeah, okay, thank you.
No, I respect the choice. It's not for me. It's not for
Okay,
me.
well, I respect your respect.
And that's what
Usually
it's all
people
about.
just call me a psycho. But
No, it's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all
Yeah.
about respect. It's
Yeah.
all about respect. But I won't be trying it anytime soon. The next one is your favourite moment in AEW history.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's going to be this moment in Wembley, probably, but making my debut in AEW was a special moment.
That was huge.
Yeah, it was
that
huge.
pop you got was
I know. I wasn't
wild.
expecting to get that pop, honestly. And so it was loud and I couldn't even hear anything. And I'm just like, what is happening? This is crazy. I just like signed with him like 2 weeks before me, kept it a secret for 2 weeks straight, you know, and we didn't tell anybody. I told Renee and obviously Moxie Jericho because I had those discussions with them before I came to AEW. And yeah, it was just nuts.
On a bit of a tangent from the questions, I mean, like, is there that apprehension coming back, like, after so long, in front of, like, a different crowd? Like, is there that apprehension in your mind being like, am I going to get the reaction I want to be getting?
Yes, I was terrified. I was just like, oh man, like, I just didn't think they were going to miss me as much as they did. So when I got the reaction, it made me feel amazing.
Yeah, awesome. The next one is, what is more important, a good entrance or a good finishing move?
Good entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like whatever, you know, like Undertaker, you know, you'll always, when you think of him, as much as you want to think of like, you know, the tombstone, you don't, you think about his entrance every single time and how cool it is. So
Yeah.
I always think entrance.
Nice. The next one is, what is your favorite wrestling celebrity crossover?
Oh, like which celebrity that came in and did a
Yeah.
good job? I would say either Stephen Amell or Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny was great.
Yeah,
Like,
really good. And I think Logan Paul is killing it too.
He is as well, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, really doing a good job.
they're ones you're like, how are they that good for, like, you know, a celebrity crossover? Not even like a.
Not much train. Like a lot of people have to train years to get that good, and he's just very natural at it. He's just like, I know what I have to do, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, for sure. The next one is, what would you rather watch, a high-flying spectacle or a technical masterclass?
Technical masterclass.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, both sides of the coin is really fun. I feel like if we could have a show where we can have both, but there is a lot of matches where it's a lot of high-flying. But I like technical. I like you know, the storytelling aspect of it. I like the old school, like, you know, bad guy. You know, I like that kind of stuff.
Nice.
I mean, probably because I can't do any of the high-flying stuff, and I just stick to what I know. But yeah, I'd probably be on the other side of the coin if I could do all that stuff. I can't.
No.
I cannot get off my feet.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Technical's just as good.
I'll
isn't it?
catch people instead. It's fine.
The next one I'm going to put you on the fence with, because it's about what's hopefully going to happen at Wembley Stadium. Hopefully, plenty of big sing-alongs. But Judas or Wild Thing?
Ooh, like what's gonna be the loudest? Do I think?
Which one do you prefer?
Oh well, I'm gonna have to say Judas because Chris sings it himself. So yeah, I think Judas.
That's going to be a big one, isn't it?
It is because I mean he's gonna be playing it live.
Yeah.
And then you know everyone sings his theme, and like usually you have like 10,000 or less or whatever, or 20,000 at like you know Alpha Ash or whatever, but you're gonna have 85,000 people singing this song. It's gonna be pretty
Basically
amazing.
a Fozzy concert at Wembley, isn't it? It's
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you made it. You performed at Wembley Stadium. There you go.
Huge. It's going to be huge.
And I don't want to say it's my idea, but I did say to him backstage at a show before, I was like, you know what you should do? You should have Fozzy perform your
There you
entrance.
go.
And he was like, that was a great idea.
called the sold
so
out.
Chris, I don't want to say it's my idea, but it seemed like it was my idea. So I will take all the heat for that.
There you go, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah,
Saraya,
you're welcome.
apparently.
You're welcome, Wembley.
The next one's in this weird hypothetical world. Well, not hypothetical. It happens to every wrestler at some point. But you've forgotten your gear for a show, and
my gosh.
we're in a one-size-fits-all scenario, and you've got to pick someone else's gear from AEW to wear for the show. Whose gear do you look at and you're like, I would rock that?
Oh, easy. easy. I have Antonio Ruby. We have the same wrestling gear.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy. What if I said away from that?
Oh, away from them? Okay, let's see. Ooh, maybe Chris Statlander. I feel like she has very cool gear. A lot of girls have cool gear. Yeah, I'll probably go with Chris.
Yeah, Chris got some sweet gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. The next one is, who do you think is the power couple of AEW?
Oh, God. Do I have to say this?
Well, you can do. You can avoid it if you want, but then...
Britt Baker and Adam Cole.
That must have hurt to say.
It does hurt my soul. I can't stand her.
I thought you were going to say Renee and Mox.
Oh, my gosh!
You didn't say Renee and Mox.
I completely forgot about them. Take that back. Take it back. Don't cut it.
Oh, that's going out. They're going to see that. And...
Okay, can we reverse it?
Yeah.
There's people screaming at me right now. Renee and Mox.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Renee. I'll text you about it later, sis.
Amazing. Only a couple more. The next one is, who in the locker room would throw the best party? Who throws the best party in the AEW locker room?
I would probably say Nyla Rose.
Yeah?
Yeah. She can get down. She can also twerk.
Wow.
Like a mother.
Yeah.
She can twerk.
Really goes off.
You know, for my birthday last week, I walked into a locker room and, you know, I had... They all sang Happy Birthday to me twice, which was really sweet. But the first thing I saw was Nyla twerking and Ruby and Tony holding a cake. And it was the most beautiful scene I've ever seen in my life. So Nyla Rose, you look like...
Great birthday present.
Yeah.
Great present.
Yeah, the good stuff right there.
Awesome. And the final one is, it's sort of like the classic, like, who would you choose question, because it's in the AEW locker room. Let's say, you can't pick Tony or Ruby. Who would you want by your side in the zombie apocalypse?
Renee.
Yeah?
Now I redeemed myself. Renee, 100% of the way.
Yeah?
Yes.
What would she offer? What do you think she brings to the table that would help you?
I mean, she's a mother, so she has that mum strength and that mum passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and she can throw a punch. You know, like we're trying to put this thing together like a year ago or whatever, and we said that she was like, I will take a punch from a UFC fighter, and I was just like, absolutely not. And now she's had a kid. She's like, maybe I'm like, I'm gonna take a step back from that.
Tone it down.
But she's brave. She's a brave woman. Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, you got your chance to get Renee in there. Redeemed yourself from before,
gosh.
and that's a great way to end. That's great. And Saraya, thank you so much for coming on.
So much.